Hey there, Miss Velhagen here with you to talk a little bit about career research. So, what do you want to do with yourself? What do you want to do with your life after high school? These are huge decisions, and not all of us know right away what we might want to do, or don't even really know the career options out there. So, let's start with looking at the Eldorado Counseling website. There's a page called Career Resources. Here we are. And all of these are links that are really valuable and interesting, I think, for high school students to look at. So check them out. First one is New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions. Let's look at that. And if I search around on this website, which is very helpful, there are a career solutions page. And here's something, let's take a peek at my next move. If you haven't taken a career interest quiz lately, you might want to check this one out. It's free and it's easy and short. What do you want to do for a living? If you do have some ideas, you can start searching using these. But if not, start here on this little quiz. It's a very famous, nationally known quiz called the Interest Profiler. It'll take you like less than 10 minutes. The important thing to do is really try to give very specific answers when they ask you each question. Don't just say, I don't know, I'm unsure. Don't go for the medium option. You want to, for as many things as possible, you want to like or dislike, and I'll show you what some of the questions are. And you're not thinking about anything other than how you would feel about being in that career, doing that thing all day long. So here it starts. Building kitchen cabinets. Would you totally love it? Big old smile? Would you hate it? Developing a new medicine, love or hate. Writing a play, love or hate. Okay, so you do that. You go through multiple pages, 5 pages of it. It'll be really quick. And at the end, they give you some helpful feedback about you, your style of working, what your interests are, and what it might match up with for careers. So you can play around with that if you'd like. That's called My Next Move. I found it here on the Department of Workforce Solutions website, but there's also a link right to it here on the counseling website. Here on College Board, the people who make AP and PSAT and SAT, they have a career finder website that you can play with, put in your interests, start researching what careers are out there. There's also this really cool one called Road Trip Nation, and it's easier to show you here. I have a link to it. It's just all these different careers that you might not have even thought about that people do, and there's little movies about them. What's it like to work at NASA? Here's a female auto mechanic. All kinds of cool stuff that you might want to play around with. I wish I'd looked at this when I was younger trying to check out careers. Okay, so that's called Road Trip Nation. Also a link to it on the counseling career website. Here's a personality quiz. It's another way of getting to know yourself, super quick and easy. I've already done it, so it's telling me my results. But here, it'll tell you a little bit about yourself, how your personality matches up with different types of careers. Something to play with. Then ONET. This is a website I use a lot when talking with students who are trying to differentiate between different careers. Like, do I want to be a veterinarian or maybe just a veterinary assistant? Do I want to be a dental hygienist or a dental assistant? What if I want to go into psychology, but I don't know if I want to do social work or counseling or be a psychologist or go to med school and be a psychiatrist? So if you kind of know vaguely what you might want to go into, you can type it into this search and research what kind of education it takes to do that career, where you can get the schooling for it, what your possible salary might be. So there's a lot of really good stuff you can find on here. So I'll show you. Say I want to type in, I want to be an engineer, but I'm not sure what type. you hear about all the different kinds of engineers. First of all, here come all these options. Civil engineer comes up first, and that turns out to be identified as a green career coming up, which is really cool. It's, everyone talks about going green, part of the new economy, and being eco-friendly. And so this is a way that you can be in a green field. And then let's go back and see the other types of engineering. These are also green. Jumping down to environmental engineering technicians, this has a bright outlook. When they label it like that, it means it's growing. There's going to be a lot of openings for jobs like that. So that is good to know. Let's say I'm thinking, okay, I always thought I wanted to be a mechanical engineer, but I'm not sure. Let me click on this. It might look overwhelming at first with all of these words, but what you want to do is take a look at all of the skills and requirements here. But if you scroll down, jump to this. If I want to be an engineer, I need at least a bachelor's degree. Okay, it's not going to work if I don't have anything, if I don't have a bachelor's degree. And quick peek to look at the wages. It's about I don't know if you can see this, $88,000 a year typically. For only a bachelor's degree, 4 years in college, to be making almost $89,000 a year, that's a really good field. You could go and select New Mexico, see if it's a similar wage. You can find out that it's an average field. It is growing, not really quickly, but it doesn't mean that you'll be unemployed, right? It has average growth, and you can look up all these other stats here. Then you can also go, I don't know about mechanical. Maybe I should check out electrical engineering or aerospace, etc. Right? So you can learn a lot on this website. This is called ONET. Back to their main page. Say you just want to find occupation. Say you really don't know what you want to do, but you want to not be out of work. You want to try to go into a field that is really growing. So you can search by rapid growth. Check out all these fields. If it has a little sun next to it, it means that when you study for this and do your training and education and graduate, there's a really good chance you'll be able to find work. So that's something to assess by. There's all kinds on here you can play around with. You can also search by specific abilities or interests, knowledge, skills, etc. Say you're really good at something and you just want to type that in here and do a search and find out what careers might match up with that. Okay, so definitely check out ONET again to find all of these things. I'm on the counseling website career page. I think I took you to all of these. Here's some more specific New Mexico job info. If you're definitely thinking of staying in the state and want to find out a little bit more, there's info here about New Mexico careers, career clusters, professional development, and here's another link to the first website I showed you, Department of Workforce Solutions, which has all kinds of good stuff on it. This was the Department of Workforce Solutions, and a few more things that we didn't go into here, and just check out their career solutions page. So what I always say to students is, takes us all a while to try to figure out what careers we might be good at, what we might be interested in, what might make us some decent money, what's going to match up with how much education we're willing to put ourselves into after high school, right? And there are so many different options for students. You don't always have to get a bachelor's degree or go to graduate school. There are all kinds of careers in our state and in the country where you can get training in the trades. You can get training in specific just certifications that take 2 years or less. We need people in all kinds of areas in our workforce. So play around and feel free to contact me by email if you have any questions about career stuff. Thank you.